If I start a crypto portfolio, guys, this is my complete playbook for 2025 and as we head into 2026. And just wanted to show you that I have been in crypto for quite a while now and seriously since 2021. And I did dabble back in 2017 and 2014, 2015 originally when I bought a coin. But I've been in crypto for a while now, guys. I made this tweet again, wanted to put that out there that, you know, I think that buying Bitcoin, Ether, and ADA back then and holding for 2 years was a good idea. And again, so far, this has stood the test of time. But when it comes to this playbook, guys, I want to make this very simple to understand because this is something that I would have wanted to know when I first started crypto and a lot of these things out there. And it's very important that we can do the best and have a few kind of criteria and framework in place to enable us to win it to some degree and not end up losing our money, because that is what 99% of people do end up doing in crypto. And yeah, let's jump into it. But before I mention that, just a quick disclaimer here, guys. Please read this with care. This video is not financial advice. Crypto is volatile and highly risky. No results are guaranteed. This content is for experienced users only, and there's a full legal disclaimer in the description below. So let's look at that. Before that, I also want to just preface a couple of things, and that is you should not expect to see instant gain, guys. The reality is that crypto is exceptionally volatile, right? But this is why we love crypto, because we can have that incredible upside potential. So I know that I've previously mentioned about avoiding Bitcoin and Ethereum, but I think if you start, I don't necessarily think it's a bad idea to just get your feet wet, so to speak, when it comes to that and just dabble in, get $10, $20 in just to have an introduction to crypto, but I wouldn't necessarily have them as my main bags when it comes to this run that a lot of us are waiting for and are anticipating. So let's go. And the first point I just want to mention, and this comes down to any investing in general, is that diversification is completely crucial. It's so key. And by that I mean just don't go all in on one coin, don't go all in on a Solana or just on Bitcoin. Again, you can go in on Bitcoin. I suppose there's a slight caveat, as this is the main crypto asset, the biggest one, the one that is, I would say, the safest out of all of them. But again, if you are just all in, one, you're missing out on all the other gains potential, and two, if there's an issue with one of the coins and you have all your money in that, then you're going to end up losing it, right? The idea here, guys, is that we can spread out our investments over a number of different coins, not too many, because if you do that, then that can cause another issue. But if we can have it in a few solid plays, then this is really key. And for me, I'm going to give this a green tick as we go further down here. Next point is that due to where we are in the cycle, guys, if you want to make quote unquote good returns in crypto, we're going to have to first go down the route of large caps due to risk/reward. And this is because of the fact that they're generally safer coins and they're not likely to get rugged. Not as volatile as the small cap coins, the meme coins. As well as that, they've got the strong liquidity, so you're easily able to buy them on multiple different exchanges, which is very important, because if you have a coin that's just linked to one exchange and you have an issue on the exchange and the exchange goes down, there's maintenance and you're trying to sell it, then you're going to have some issues because you're not going to be able to sell it. And this is a massive thing that a lot of people don't consider. These coins are also widely adopted and strong and have a strong community. And again, some that I personally hold are ADA, Solana and XRP. But I'm not saying that these coins are coins that you should necessarily buy, but these are the coins that I'm personally in, I've done research on, and they have done quite well for me so far. And what you might be thinking is, well, what are large caps? So large caps refer to cryptocurrencies with a large market capitalization. Again, for me, that's what a coin is worth in the market. You can see as we come up here, the market capitalization here, if it's over 10 million, I believe it is classed as a large cap. So these coins, like I mentioned, are more established, less volatile and lower risk, and they do have a decent ability to move, in my opinion. And I would first start with getting 2 to 3 large caps that you like, you've done your research on, and have some potential. And when you go down and you've accumulated a lot of these large cap coins that you like, again, 2 to 3 I would say is ideal. I would say it's fine for you to then slightly move down through the list. Again, the likes of Hedera and lots of these other coins I think are fairly decent. I like Hedera, it's a coin that I'm in, but it's important that you have large caps involved, and as you start to go down, you start to have less money in the more risky things. And then I would also say, as you start to go down through the list, it's also worth potentially allocating 5 to 10% into meme coins, because hate it or love it, meme coins can potentially do very well. And if you've got 90 and 80% of your coins in some safer coins, then I don't see why it wouldn't be a bad idea to put a little bit into some meme coins. Again, I'd try to avoid some exceptionally speculative coins. Again, coins that are like 1,000 ranked out of all coins in the world. But I'd say it's worth having small allocation, because to some degree you might be upset if you've missed out on meme coins because you're all in safe coins, albeit those coins can do very, very well. But I think having a very, very small allocation to coins and money that you are essentially prepared to lose, then I think that is not necessarily a bad deal in my opinion. Next thing, just want to make a warning here, guys, and that is, if you can help it, try to avoid pre-sales, because I don't personally trust them, and so many people lose money. I've seen so many people online, from Twitter, etc., start to lose money. I'm not personally in any pre-sales. I don't like them at all, and lots of people do end up getting scammed when it comes to this, because they say we're all in together, we're gonna have this cryptocurrency, everyone is gonna win on this one coin, let's all buy it, and then you end up getting rugged. I mean, that's what happens so many times, and I just don't think that's a good idea, especially for new people, and that can damage you when it comes to crypto, and a lot of people will never get back in because they ended up getting rugged on some coin ranked 5,221, right? It's not what we're here to do, guys. We're here to get in the safer place and do what we can to try and win. Also, I'd say it's very, very important to note that you should set realistic price points and find a way to hold yourself accountable. This is super important because you need to understand how market cap works and how that impacts price potential. Again, the easiest way for me to explain it is that market cap is the total amount of money that a coin is worth in the market. Something like Cardano here is currently worth 30 billion. So if you wanted Cardano to double its price from 85 cents here, you would need another $30.6 billion to come in order to double it, right? So that's why as you come down here, something like this, you only need 4 billion for the price to double, right? Because it doesn't need as much money for it to flow in, right? But also when they're higher market caps, the number is higher, they're generally considered quote unquote safer. So yeah. Again, it's important not to be greedy, because this is how so many people fumble years worth of dedication. They think they're so smart. Oh, I'm just going to wait till my portfolio hits $100,000. I'm going to wait till it hits this price, and that price might not happen. Again, selling as you go up is the most important way. I recommend the 20% out method. That's what I'm going to be doing. And again, I would also try and get someone to hold you accountable to sell. If you don't sell at X point, you have to run a run. You have to go for a run, 10 miles, etc. Whatever it is, right? This is an example of how it could look for Sui. I'm not saying that these are my sell points, but this is an example of what you can do. Find a way to hold yourself accountable, have them written down, and this is super, super important. This helps you minimize as much risk as possible and also maximize profits, because as you scale up, you can then leave a moon bag. You'll make all the money on exit 1, 2, and 3. You'll be in far in profits as you start to go up. So yeah, hopefully that's the way you go forward. And again, last additional bit of information, guys, is that you should set up multiple exchanges and look to invest in an offline cold wallet. You want to be able to sell, and you don't want any issues on one single exchange to stop you. Again, I'd recommend some tier 1 exchanges. I'm not going to give you any in particular, but I do use multiple tier 1 exchanges out there. Again, I use about 3-4 of them, and I've got a cold wallet out there. So hopefully, guys, this has provided you with some value, and thank you very much for watching.